Okay, the next thing we're going to layer onto our core connection is our pelvic floor. And this one will take us a couple videos to get through. So we've done our neutral spine, we've done our transverse abdominis, diaphragmatic breathing and creating that space between the ribs and the pelvis, that nice waist. And now our pelvic floor, so the bottom part of that cylinder. So as I said in our diaphragmatic breathing video, when we inhale and the diaphragm draws down, when we exhale and the diaphragm naturally comes back up, if we're in a good position with the rest of that cylinder, so we're not, extended back, or the ribs are flared, or we're rounded like this, if we're in a good position, the pelvic floor will naturally come up as the diaphragm comes up, and then it will go down. So they work together. But we needed to re-establish a neutral spine, neutral pelvis, neutral rib cage, and good breathing again before we head to the pelvic floor. If we started with the pelvic floor and you were all like this because you're breastfeeding or bottle feed, whatever you're doing, feeding all day, holding the baby, or you're like this because you just hang off of your joints, which I've been both, so don't worry. If we did pelvic floor first, we wouldn't have gotten anywhere very quickly. So it's really important that you haven't skipped ahead, you've done those other videos, and now we're up to our pelvic floor. So I'm sitting on my ball, the chi ball. It's gotten a bit of a workout this morning. And we're going to start by just finding our pelvic floor and really feeling for it. So let's make the ball sit on the floor. So before, my ball doesn't really matter, but before it was kind of really wedged between my feet and almost on my heels. I've just separated my feet out now, and I can feel much that the ball's on the floor and it's much more solid in my perineum. So depending on your knees, you can actually open the knees a little bit. This ball won't break. I've never seen them break, but they say they're not going to break, so I think we're safe. So I'm in more of a W sit, my feet are out to the side, but kind of just be careful with your knees. And we're just going to find our pelvic floor and give it some information and just wake it up a little bit. So let's start by just gently rolling the ball forward towards the pubic bone and back towards the sacrum. And just forward and backward. And we have done this before in our neutral spine video, but you are focusing on your spine and your pelvis. I want your brain, your mind's eye to go to your perineum, your pelvic floor, and just feel the feedback that you're getting from the ball. Making sure that you're in the center, you're getting even weight through the pubic and the sacrum. Our pelvic floor runs from the pubic bone to the sacrum and then from sit bone to sit bone. And let's take to the middle, and we're going to just gently rock from sit bone to sit bone. And just closing the eyes and taking your mind's eye to the perineum and what you're feeling and the texture. And just take to the center. So you're feeling even from sit bone to sit bone, you're in the middle, and also from pubic bone to sacrum. Let's take an inhale, and as we exhale, we're gathering and lifting the pelvic floor. So let's start by gathering the pubic bone and the sacral portion of it, the front to back portion, and then the side to side, the 4 points of the diamond lifting up towards the head, and then as we relax it, it's dropping down. So let's take an inhale, and as we exhale, gathering and lifting the pelvic floor, all 4 points of the diamond, and inhale, we'll drop. Exhale, we'll lift all 4 points of the diamond. Inhale, we'll drop. By now, you're in your postpartum period. You probably will know by now, this far down the track, that lifting your pelvic floor is a very internal feeling. If someone, an observer, can see you bopping up and down, or you can feel your butt cheeks squeezing or your inner thighs squeezing, that's not our pelvic floor. You need to relax all those muscles, relax your glutes, relax your body, and really image that diamond gathering and lifting and dropping down. Sitting on the chi ball gives you really nice feedback as opposed to sitting on a chair or standing. You can do it in that position as well, but we just find sitting on the chi ball, while it can be a bit strange, again, you've gone through a lot already in your pregnancy and postpartum period, it is definitely less strange to ask a new mum to sit on a chi ball. You know, someone who hasn't just been prodded and poked for 9 months might not be so keen. So do use your chi ball in the privacy of your own home, but it should be some nice feedback for you.